It's a quick turnaround for the Seahawks as they return home to host the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. What's going on? Jackie Montgomery with your Week 11 game preview. The Seahawks are hoping to get back into the win column with a bounce-back performance against the 6-3 Arizona Cardinals. This is the same team that handed the Seahawks their first loss back in Week 7.
I'm looking forward to overcoming it all and us getting back on track. And we got a great game this week, like I said. To try to go 1-0 against these guys. They're a great football team. We got a lot of respect for how they play across the board. They got a lot of great players. We got a lot of great players. The NFC West matchup, toughest division of football, and we'll be ready to play our best football.
Playing Thursday night poses an exciting challenge for our guys. It's a difficult challenge for the guys to turn it around and recover and get ready to go. But we've been doing this for a long time, and we've got a good rhythm to it, and the guys took to it and really embraced it and did a really nice job. And so we're ready to go.
Since playing the Seahawks back in Week 7, the Cardinals had a bye, followed by a 3-point loss to the Dolphins and a win over the Bills, thanks to a last-chance Hail Mary touchdown pass from Kyler Murray to Deandre Hopkins to secure a 32-30 victory. So this Cardinals team comes to town with a lot of confidence riding high from its dramatic win.
This is a very difficult team we're playing. These guys challenge in on both sides of the football, schematically, athletically. They got a lot of juice on offense, and Kyler Murray is a fantastic football player that really you can't keep your eyes off him when you're watching them play. He's one of those guys, and so we've seen it before earlier this year that he's got a lot of magic to him. So we got to do a nice job with him, and boy, they got all kinds of guys we're dealing with. So.
Arizona has been scoring a lot of points lately. They have scored at least 30 points in their last 5 games and took over as the league's top offense, averaging 425 yards per game. The Cardinals' offense has been powered by the league's best rushing attack, led by Kenyon Drake and Kyler Murray. The quarterback is so effective with his legs, he has the 8th most rushing yards and 2nd most rushing touchdowns in the entire league, making their run game extremely dangerous.
I think it just makes you have to be, play the plays consciously. You know what I mean? You have a strong running back game, but you have a quarterback that complements the running back game, just as good. So, you'll have pullers going to your left and thinking the ball's going that way, but then, Kyler will keep it and run to the right, and, not many people can catch him when he's at top speed. So, you just have to be on your game, and everybody has to do their job and, keep eyes on him for sure.
If the Cardinals are not running the ball, it's likely being thrown to 3-time first-team All-Pro Deandre Hopkins. He ranks 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards, and he's targeted twice as much as any other receiver on Arizona. In the last meeting, he finished with 10 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown. Earlier this week, Bobby Wagner acknowledged one of the keys to limiting his productivity.
You just got to make sure you tackle him when he gets the ball. You understand that they're going to throw it to him about 20 times. And so hopefully he doesn't catch all 20 and it's a catch tackle versus him catching the ball and getting yards as a contact. So, you guys saw the play. You understand, what it is. I would throw it to the guy, too, if he was going to catch it like that all the time. So, we just have to make sure we limit his plays and make sure he doesn't get any yards after contact.
In the last meeting, Arizona's defense found a lot of success putting pressure on Russell Wilson with various blitz packages. In total, Wilson was sacked twice and hit 9 times.
We got to be clean against the blitz. I think we got to be really clean against it. I think that's the key thing for us, just in general, and when they do pressure. That's for any team. That's not just us. That's any team in the NFL, that's the number one rule. You got to be clean against the blitz. So we got to make sure that we do that this week. Obviously, they're great at it. They're tremendous at it. Their coach is, unbelievable at the other pressure stuff, and they got a great defense. They got a lot of respect for them. So we got to be ready for that for sure.
It ultimately comes down to the protection unit just working together, making the calls, communicating things really well, and that's where we've been up and down. We've been up and down. There's been some really good execution. There's been some execution that hasn't been as clean. There's been some situations where I haven't really been in the right type of protection call to help us execute. And so that's where you're seeing the inconsistency, and we need to be more consistent versus those pressure looks.
Looking at the Seahawks, the Week 7 loss to the Cardinals was really the start of the turnover woes for Russell Wilson. He turned the ball over 10 times in the last 4 games, including 3 interceptions against the Cardinals. But he's looking forward to getting back on the field this week and fixing those mistakes.
got to make clear decisions. You know, I don't want to overcomplicate it. You know, I think that we've still been able to do some great things, but you know, I think just staying focused on what the mission is right now. You know, I'm so focused on this week. I'm looking forward to getting after it and you know, and playing great this week.
It always comes back as, you know, doing what you're really good at and staying with that and not trying to do anything more than that, and you don't need to. He's an incredible player and competitor, and he knows that he just needs to let's get back out on the field again. Let's get going again. So I'm really looking forward to his play this week. This is a challenging defense. He needs to be on it, and he knows that, and he's prepared really well to get that done.
Against the Cardinals, the Seahawks had their most explosive game of the season with 572 total yards of offense. Pete Carroll said earlier this week that he would like the offense to go back to a more balanced approach like we saw in Week 7. The possibility of running backs Carlos Hyde and Chris Carson coming back this week could certainly help that.
They did make it through the week, and Carlos looked strong throughout. Chris, we're going to wait until tomorrow to figure out what we're doing with it, but he did practice and look good in all the stuff that he did. So we're real close with Chris, feeling really good that Carlos will be out there.
The Seahawks defense is coming off one of their best games of the season and hopes to build off that. In the last meeting with the Cardinals, the Seahawks had 0 sacks and 0 quarterback hits and 48 pass attempts by Murray. In the 3 games since then, the Seahawks have recorded 13 sacks and 23 hits, and the Seahawks hope that trend continues on Thursday.
I definitely feel like it's something that's sustainable. You know, I think they haven't found an answer for Jamal, you know, when he's coming off the edge and things of that nature. You know, we still have guys that can get into a groove, so they're, you know, it's definitely promising having, you know, 10 sacks and just building off that. We just have to put it together, and we have to put it together consistently. And I think that's where we're at with it. We have to, everything that we do, it has to be consistent. You know, it can't be do it one time and not do it the next. It has to be consistent. So, you know, I'm confident in our guys, and we'll get it.
Well, the Seahawks have never lost 3 straight games with Russell Wilson at the helm, and they're hoping that streak continues on Thursday night. Kickoff is set for 5:20 p.m. Pacific. You can watch it live on Q13 Fox.